Quiz time! Now that we have completed the line-by-line explanation of the poem Haunted Houses by H W Longfellow, we are going to solve 40 MCQs. So, are you ready? For every question, you have 10 seconds time to solve it, and that excludes the reading time. So, let's start. 1. The phrase haunted houses is an example of option A, metaphor, option B, allusion, option C, alliteration, or option D, both A and C. So your time starts now. Excellent! It is option D, both A and C. Haunted houses is both a metaphor and an alliteration. It is a metaphor because it metaphorically means the memories of the people who lived and died in those houses. And it is an alliteration because both the terms begin with the letter H. Now coming to the second question. The phantoms were dash. Option A, offensive. Option B, living. Option C, violent. Or option D, harmless. So your time starts now. Very good. The phantoms were harmless. They were inoffensive, they were spirits, they were quiet, and they were harmless. Now the third question. Impalpable means dash. Option A, intangible. Option B, unseen. Option C, inaudible. Or option D, emotions. Your time starts now. Excellent! Impalpable means intangible. Intangible refers to anything that cannot be touched. So the spirits, the phantoms, they were impalpable. They were intangible. Now the fourth question. The speaker met the stranger dash. Option A, in the hall. Option B, at the fireplace. Option C, at the table. Or option D, at the doorway. Right! The speaker met the stranger at the fireplace. Now the fifth question. The phantoms are compared to dash. Option A, pictures. Option B, grave. Option C, moon. Or option D, the living world. Bravo! The phantoms are compared to pictures. They were as silent as pictures on the wall. Now number 6. Title deeds refer to option A, legal documents. Option B, death certificate. Option C, surname. Or option D, occupation. Right. Title deeds refer to legal documents. Now coming to question number 7. The unseen star is a dash. Option A, simile. Option B, hyperbole. Option C, metaphor. Or option D, paradox. Great! The unseen star is a metaphor. It is a metaphor for a guide who helps us to balance our instincts. Now, the 8th question. More noble instincts refer to dash. Option A, worldly pleasure. Option B, earthly wants. Option C, spiritual aims. Or option D, materialistic goals. Excellent! More noble instincts refer to spiritual aims. Now coming to the 9th question. Perpetual jar is an example of a dash. Option A, simile. Option B, anaphora. Option C, antithesis. Or option D, metaphor. Very good. Perpetual jar is an example of a metaphor. It metaphorically shows a jar that is non-ending, that is endless, and it fills all our aspirations. It is filled with all our earthly wants. Now the 10th question. This poem appears in the collection dash. Option A, birds of prey. Option B, birds with eggs. Option C, birds of feathers. Or option D, birds of passage. Incredible! This poem appears in the collection called Birds of Passage. Now coming to the 11th question. You are really doing great. From where do the phantoms enter the house? Option A, open windows. Option B, open doors. Option C, open passages. Or option D, open rooms. Correct! They enter the house through open doors. Now coming to the 12th question. The term glide is a synonym of dash. Option A, errands. Option B, impalpable. Option C, wafts. Or option D, perturbations. Very good. The term glide is a synonym of wafts, which means to float. So the phantoms, they were floating inside the house. Now coming to the 13th question. The phrase lived and died is an example of option A, antithesis. Option B, anaphora. Option C, alliteration. or option D, personification? Very good. Lived and died is an example of antithesis. What is an antithesis? When two words are exact opposite meanings and they are separated by and. So lived and died. Lived and died, they are exact opposites and they are separated by and. That is why it is an example of an antithesis. Now coming to the 14th question. You are really doing good. Impalpable impressions is an example of option A, antithesis, option B, anaphora, option C, alliteration, or option D, enjambment. Beautiful. Impalpable impressions is an example of alliteration. See, both the words lie side by side and they begin with the same letter I. That is why it is an example of an alliteration. Now the 15th question. Who had invited the guests? Option A, inoffensive ghosts. Option B, the stranger. Option C, the speaker. Or option D, the hosts. Come on, this is very easy. You are right. The hosts invited the guests. Now number 16. The hall was crowded by dash. Option A, impalpable impressions. Option B, hosts. Option C, strangers. Or option D, the world of sense. You are right again. The hall was crowded by impalpable impressions, the phantoms, the inoffensive ghosts. Now coming to the 17th question. The phantoms were as dash as the pictures. Option A, violent. Option B, colorful. Option C, silent. Or option D, offensive. Right, the phantoms were as silent as the pictures on the wall. Both the pictures and the phantoms, they contained the memories of the people who lived and died in those old estates. Now coming to the 18th question. The stranger could perceive the dash. Option A, the spirit world. Option B, the quiet ghosts. Option C, the harmless phantoms. Or option D, the world of sense. Correct. The stranger could only perceive the world of sense, the real world, because he had no idea about the people who lived and died in that house. So he could not connect with anything that had taken place earlier, unlike the speaker who could see clearly and everything was visible to him. Now coming to the 19th question. Houses are haunted by the dash of the people who lived and died in them. Option A, memories. Option B, title deeds. Option C, instincts that enjoys. Or option D, instincts that aspires. You got it right. It is memories. The memories of the people who lived and died in them. Now we are halfway through. Question number 20. From graves forgotten stretch their dusty hands is an example of dash. Option A, anaphora. Option B, hyperbole. Option C, personification. Or option D, simile. Oh yes, it is a personification because the dead ones are stretching their hands. We are giving human-like qualities to non-living things. That is why this is an example of a personification. Now coming to question number 21. The hands of the dash are dusty. Option A, hosts. Option B, phantoms. Option C, stranger. Or option D, the speaker. Well, this shouldn't take much time. You are right. The hands of the phantoms are dusty because they are stretching their hands from the graves. Now question number 22. The phantoms were visible to the dash. Option A, stranger. Option B, speaker. Option C, guests. Or option D, no one. Right, the phantoms were visible to the speaker because he was aware about the past events of the house. Coming to question number 23. Owners and occupants is an example of dash. Option A, alliteration. Option B, paradox. Option C, oxymoron. Or option D, anaphora. Hooray! You got it right again. It is an example of an alliteration because owners and occupants, both the words begin with the letter O. Now the 24th question. Mortmain is a dash term. Option A, Greek. Option B, Roman. Option C, French. Or option D, Irish. If you have gone through my video where I have given the line-by-line explanation, you will be able to answer all the questions. So right, this term, mortmain, is a French term. Now question number 25. The world of sense refers to the dash world. Option A, real. Option B, spirit. Option C, mysterious. Or option D, ethereal. Yes, you are right again. I am surprised. The world of sense refers to the real world, the living world, the world that can feel and sense things. Now question number 26. The term automne, which we know is a French term, denotes dash. Option A, graves of owners. Option B, non-transferable lands. Option C, bridge of light. Or option D, transferable property. Hey, you're correct again. The term automne denotes non-transferable lands. Now number 27. Floats like an atmosphere is an example of dash. Option A, metaphor. Option B, oxymoron. Option C, simile. Or option D, polysyndeton. Yes, it is a simile because you have the expression like. It is like an atmosphere. What is like an atmosphere? The spirit world is enveloping the real world like an atmosphere. Now number 28. Little lives is an example of dash. Option A, alliteration. Option B, anaphora. Option C, antithesis. Or option D, personification. Correct! Little lives is also an example of an alliteration because both the words begin with the letter L. Now the 29th question. Our lives are little because we are dash. Option A, mortal. Option B, immortal. Option C, small. Or option D, struggling. Correct. We are all mortals. Option A. Because we all will die one day, our lives are little. It is limited. Now number 30. The instincts that enjoys are opposed to a dash. Option A, attractions. Option B, earthly wants. Option C, aspirations high. Or option D, material wants. Right. It is aspirations high. Now the final 10 questions. It is a countdown. Number 31. The perpetual jar is filled with dash. Option A, aspirations and earthly wants. Option B, earthly wants and instincts that aspire. Option C, instincts that enjoys and the instincts that laments. Or option D, both A and B. Oh yes, it is option D, both A and B. Now coming to question number 32. Our instincts are influenced by and dash. Option A, unseen phantom. Option B, discovered planet. Option C, ethereal air. Or option D, unseen star. Oh, you're incredible. Our instincts are indeed influenced by an unseen star. Now coming to question number 33. The floating bridge refers to the dash. Option A, sunlight. Option B, moonlight. Option C, shores of the sea. Or option D, the dark abyss. Oh, let the moon be with you. The floating bridge refers to the moonlight. Now coming to question number 34. The dash acts like a gate for the moon. Option A, floating bridge. Option B, sea. Option C, cloud. Or option D, perturbations. Holy, you are doing great. The cloud acts like a gate for the moon. Remember the dark cloud? Now, question number 35. These perturbations are the result of the dash. Option A, conflict between instincts. Option B, conflict between earthly wants and material demands. Option C, struggle between aspirations and spiritual goals. Or option D, balance between the instincts that attract and desire. Tell me, what will the answer be? Oh yes, it is option A, the conflict between instincts. Now question 36. The planks, that is the floor of the floating bridge, dash due to our instincts. Option A, collapse. Option B, sways. Option C, vanishes. Option D, falls down. Very good. Option B, it sways. Remember the floating bridge? It trembles, it sways, it bends because our instincts, they are crowded on it. Now number 37. The poem follows the dash rhyme scheme. Option A, A, B, C, D, C, D. Option B, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. Or option C, A, B, B, C, C, D, D. Or option D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, C. I know you can answer this. Yes, it is option A. A, B, C, D. Very good. Now coming to question 38. Only 3 are remaining. Let's hurry up. The dark abyss refers to the dash. Option A, phantoms. Option B, moonlight. Option C, moon. Or option D, the sea. Excellent! You are a beach person, aren't you? The dark abyss refers to the sea. Now coming to question 39. The floor of the bridge is dash. Option A, unseen. Option B, unsteady. Option C, undiscovered. Or option D, unpredictable. Great! The floor of the bridge is unsteady. You are really a good player. Now coming to the last question. Are you ready for it? In the phrase connecting it with this refers to option A, spiritual world. Option B, real world. Option C, haunted houses. Or option D, the illuminated hall. Oh, you are the brightest student I ever met. The phrase connecting it with this refers to the real world, the world of sense, and it refers to the spiritual world. So, you have brilliantly answered all 40 questions. Now I want you to write your score in the comment section below and check out the description box for long answer solutions and explanations to all your texts in the syllabus. And if you find this video to be helpful, please share and subscribe to my channel. Now till I come with my next video, stay happy and keep studying English. Thank you and ta-ta.